Thousands of eager college freshmen going through orientation at the University of Texas right now. For one of them, it's a homecoming some thought might never happen. We get the story from Shannon Wolfson.
I feel like I'm making a full circle.
18-year-old Hudson Berg is making that rite of passage.
I'll be going to UT this fall, and I will be entering into the Honors Engineering class of 2018.
He was co-valedictorian of his senior class at a private school in Sugar Land, Texas. His smarts got him into some of the most prestigious schools in the country.
Rice, Georgia Tech, MIT. I decided to stay close to home and come back to where I started, though, and go with UT.
Let's go back to where he started.
More premature babies are being saved than ever thanks to technology that's been developed in the past decade.
Hudson Berg wanted to be here so much, he surprised his mom and big sister Keely. He came 2 months early.
Anytime you have a child that is in intensive care, you feel kind of helpless, so of course it's hard.
Hudson's first appearance on KXAN News was in 1995 as Mom Leslie watched her tiny 4-pound son spend 2.5 months in the neonatal ICU at St. David's.
All right, little guy. How are we doing this morning?
Dr. Aduelo Rivera was his physician back then. This week, the three of them reunited for the first time in 18 years.
This is where you lived, and this is where you slept, and then you did that for a long time until you were able to kind of get big enough to kind of make your own heat, and then we put you into an open bassinet.
He took the chances and the risk and was willing to fight for these kiddos, and we're grateful. We're grateful, and Hudson's come full circle.
I think we should actually pay special attention to those children so that all of them have the ability to do what Hudson is doing.
Dr. Rivera says preemie babies often have difficulty learning.
My development was different. When you develop outside of the womb versus inside of the womb, your brain develops in a different way. And I feel like although I did struggle early on with that, at this point I've overcome it, and I've been able to even use the differences in my brain to my advantage.
From tiny baby to
just generally trying to find out what I'm going to do with my life and what kind of how I can change the world.
What starts here just might change the world. Shannon Wolfson, KXAN News.
Pretty neat. The number of premature babies born to moms in the U.S. has risen dramatically in the last 30 years. To give you some perspective now, according to the CDC, 1 in 8 babies born premature in this country. That means at least 3 weeks before the due date. Things that can put you at a higher risk are carrying more than one baby, chronic health problems in the mom, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and clotting disorders, cigarette smoking, alcohol use, illicit drugs during pregnancy. And at St. David's, where Hudson Berg was born, Dr. Rivera started a high-risk follow-up clinic for preemie babies. He did that 3 years ago. There, doctors identify children early to see how they develop compared to children born at term. That is to identify learning and motor issues and start programs early. The program begins when the child leaves the neonatal ICU and will continue through the first grade.